there, writer friends. My name is Deanna Martinez Bay, and this is the first episode of my podcast that I'm putting on YouTube. So here we are in my office, and I've got you here with me, and I've got what I've got to say here with me. So if I start looking back and forth, you know why. And today, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. How about that? Bear with me. Like I said, this is my first episode that I'm actually recording because I've had the podcast, but it was just audio. So I'm giving it a go. All right, 13, not 10, but 13 fun ways to prep for an enjoyable and productive writing session. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I have 13 tips for writers, authors, bloggers, whatever it is you're writing, these tips are for you. Okay? So let's get started. All right, get yourself, if you need to pause this, get yourself a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, hot tea, whatever it is. This way you can just sit back and relax and listen to me chat for a few minutes, okay? Because I am an author. I have 18 published books right now, and there's more coming. And I'm also a freelance writer. So I write for magazines like Writer's Digest, Pastry Arts, among other things. And I do blog on occasion too, just because. All right, so let's talk. All right, so preparing for a fun and enjoyable writing session can set the tone for a productive and pleasant experience, right? Makes sense. Here's a list of things that you can do before you start writing. Yes, before you sit down to start writing, okay? So, how ironic is number 1? Make your favorite beverage. What did I just encourage everybody to do, right? So, brew a cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate. Oh, wow. You can tell I wrote this. To enjoy while you write. Okay, so the ritual of making and sipping on your favorite drink can be comforting and stimulating, right? All right, number 2, set up a cozy environment. This is important to me because arranging your writing space to create a comfortable area makes me want to sit down and write. Okay, so arrange your writing space with comfortable seating, good lighting, and personal touches that make you feel at ease and at home and comfortable and cozy. Use blankets, pillows, or your favorite chair to enhance comfort. Slip into a pair of cozy socks or slippers, which I've got on right now. And that's tip number 2, all right? As I'm scrolling down, I see a cup of coffee as I'm wrapped up in a blanket on my blog. All right, number 3, play background music or sounds. Choose music or ambient sounds that help you feel focused and relaxed. Okay, this could be instrumental music, nature sounds, maybe even white noise. Whatever it is that brings you peace, gets you ready. Light a candle or use essential oils. This is really great. I do like lighting candles. I typically have candles lit throughout the house. But I'm veering more toward essential oils these days because it's healthier for you. I have learned that the chemical smells from candles and body sprays and things like that can have a negative effect on the health. So, all that being said, I have been transitioning over to essential oils. And what I do is I have those wax melt burners that you can plug in the wall, but I use my essential oils in there with, it just flew out of my head, beeswax. I bought a big bag of beeswax, and they're these little itty bitty pieces, and I put some in there, and then I put my essential oils in there, and it's like regular wax without the chemical scents. So there you have it. So light a candle or use essential oils because this can help create a pleasant atmosphere. Scents like lavender, citrus, vanilla, eucalyptus can be very calming and invigorating. So they can definitely help us have a successful writing session. All right, have a quick snack. Yes, prepare a light snack to help keep your energy levels up. Opt for healthy options, maybe like trail mix, cheese, fruit, or yogurt, but have something so that you have a little something on your stomach so that your stomach doesn't start screaming at you, and then you have to stop what you're doing to go and have something to eat. There you have it. All right, organize your writing tools. How about that? To ensure you have all the necessary tools and supplies within reach, such as notebooks, pens, a laptop, anything that you use to write. If you use a notebook, pens. Now, I have this thing. So when I am writing a book, I first use a new notebook and create an outline. And I use a pink pen in every notebook to create every outline. So there you have it. That's one of my little quirks, I guess you could say. I think we all have them. But that's something special that I use. So when I'm organizing my writing tools, I make sure I have my pink pens handy. Light pink at that. All right, here we go. Do a quick stretch or exercise. Engage in brief stretching. There's some really good stretches. You could just take your arms over like this. You hold them for 30 seconds, but I'm going to spare you that to stretch your arms. You can put your hands behind your back. You can put them over your head. You can stand up and reach down and touch your toes. You can sit Indian style and stretch out the insides of your legs. But just a brief stretch to get your blood flowing can be super helpful. It also sends energy to your body. Maybe just a soft walk, even if it's too hot or too cold or the weather's not good. If you just maybe like walk up and down the stairs of the house a little bit just to get your blood flowing. If it's a pretty day, maybe just up and down the driveway a couple times, just a little something. It is helpful. And it helps prepare the mind. It helps us focus. At least it does me. All right. Review your writing plan or outline. Let's see what I had to say about that. Spend a few minutes reviewing your writing goals, your plan, or your outline. This helps you get into the right mindset and gives you clear direction for your session. That makes complete sense. If you are writing a book or a long article or post, try reading over the last portion that you wrote. Let me elaborate on that a little bit because I do this. So let's say I'm writing a book. I'm on chapter 3. I'm halfway through chapter 3 when I pick up my next session. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read from the beginning of chapter 3. This way I can get my mind in gear as to where I left off so that I know where to pick up. So whenever you sit down to create or to write, if you're writing a book or an article or something that you've already done some work on, go back, reread some of it. And this way it gets you in the flow and then you know exactly where to go from there. So that's actually pretty good advice. All right, visualize your writing session. Yes, take a few moments to close your eyes. Visualize a successful and enjoyable writing session. Come on, let's try it. Ready? Just visualize it. I'm visualizing this podcast going really well. Picture yourself writing effortlessly and feeling satisfied and peaceful with your progress. Give it a try. It might be very helpful. All right. So here's another thing. Create a writing playlist. Now, I know a lot of authors do this when they're writing a specific book. They create a playlist like on Spotify, and they put together a compilation of songs or music that goes with the genre of that book. So let's say you're writing a romance book. You would go and add a bunch of romantic type music to the playlist. This way it gets you in the right frame of mind when you're writing. Horror. you're not going to use, if you're a horror writer, you're not going to use romance on a playlist to get you in the right state of mind. No, it's not going to work. So there you have it. Whatever genre you're writing, create a playlist. So here's what I wrote. Curate a playlist of songs that inspire and motivate you. Playing this playlist can become a signal to your brain that it's time to write. Hey, anything we can do to signal the brain that it's time to write, I say let's do it. All right, read something inspiring. This is good. Read a few pages from a book, article, or poem that inspires you. I'm going to share something with you in a second. This can spark ideas and set a positive tone for your writing. Let me share this with you. I'm actually, like I told you earlier, I'm in my office, right? So I always keep this at my desk. And beneath it, hang on, sits this. It says strong. Okay? Because I'm always wanting to remind myself that that's what I am. I'm strong. But let me read this to you. It's probably going to make you chuckle. Here, let me put my glasses on. Tell the reader to go jump in a lake. Oh yeah, you heard it right. The writer is only free when he can tell the reader to go jump in a lake. You want, of course, to get what you have to show across to him, but whether he likes it or not is no concern of the writer. Imagine writing with that mindset. Flannery O'Connor wrote that. And the moment that I saw this, I said, oh, I have got to print that out and put it on my desk. Do I always write at my desk? No, I do not. But I always see it sitting there when I come in my office, and I love it. All right? So read something inspiring, okay? Now, set up a distraction-free zone. I know you're like, how do you do that? I'm going to tell you. Turn off your notifications on all your devices. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer. And inform those around you that you're entering into a writing session. Look, I know, I get it. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I work, and so oftentimes as parents, because dads are writers too, as parents, we feel like we're not allowed to take that time. But we are. And so if you have older children or a spouse that's there or other family members that live with you, let them know, hey, I'm going into a writing session. I'm going to be in here 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be. Can you just hold things down for me so I can work for a bit? Chances are it's not going to be any problem. And if it is, well, that's for another podcast. Maybe we can hit that in another episode. All right. Take a deep breath. This is my last tip. This is number 13. That went fast. Take a deep breath or breaths or meditate. All right. Practice short breathing exercises or have a meditation session to calm your mind and prepare for focused writing. You might be thinking, Deanna, I'm lucky if I could get in 15, 20 minutes of writing a day. I don't have time to meditate. No problem. Don't get upset. All you have to do is breathe. Take a couple of deep breaths. All right, look, let's do it. Let's sit. Ready? Take a deep breath in. Out through your mouth. Do that 2-3 times just to get yourself in the right frame of mind to write. It really does help. Clears the brain, calms the body, gets things ready. It really does help. All right. So there you have it. There are 13 ways to help you have a productive writing session. I hope you guys have found it helpful. Yes, I know there are 13 more ways that we can talk about, but these were my top 13. So I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you've enjoyed my first official video podcast, which fingers and toes and legs and arms and all kinds of body parts crossed, that I can get it onto YouTube and onto Spotify on my regular audio podcast. Write it. So here goes. Here goes, friends. But I hope you've enjoyed the session. Thank you for being here with me in my office today. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. And I'll be back soon with more tips and tricks and all kinds of good stuff. Happy writing!